Howdy cowdies. I hope you're going good. Jeez, we've been busy this week. We've got heaps of cool stuff in the auction. Really nice little French brass guilloche enamel pump action perfume atomizer. Little green jade bead necklace with the 9-carat gold clasp. Really nice little carved jade bunny rabbit. This is a medallion from the sinking of the Lusitania. Two more lovely little bits of carved jade. We've got two nice sterling silver tea caddy spoons, one with a little koala climbing up the gum tree. Horrend pheasant, I think, with that big long tail. A really nice little glass copy of the Willendorf Venus. I think it was the first ever, or the oldest figure known to exist. Sterling silver little kilt pin. Really nice Michael Mazzaros bronze crucifix there. And you got some more lovely little carved stone figures, little horrend fish, George Jensen money clip, hippopotami, got the nice little Indian bronze over the back there of Ganesh riding his rat, two wine bottle or wine funnels. One of them's got this nice little fitted saucer, a couple of Buddhas, a little collection of little carved sort of bears with those funny little things on their back, carved bone. And that little one that's laying down, which I swear to God is Bigfoot. He exists. And you got the nice carved stone dragon with a nice little deer sort of brush holder. Sperm whale tooth. Some really nice Chinese snuff bottles. The glass reverse painted one's really nice. And we've got some nice Chinese seals or chops up the top as well. And we've got some great sort of mid-century furniture. Fantastic. Danish design. I just can't remember the name off the top of my head. A gravity chair in the red sort of woolen upholstery. A little footrest can unzip off. Give him a quick wash. He's just a ripper. McRobb teak veneer bookshelf. Really nice sort of designer retro style lamp. Once again, I can't remember the name, but he's a little ripper. Lovely little Danish 3-piece dining suite. Again, with the chairs, which I've forgotten, but all the details in the catalogue for lot number 10. We've got that replica Eames coat rack. Another nice little retro style lamp, a fantastic big rocket, sort of educational poster in a big frame. It's an absolute ripper. And this nice little orange retro plastic tray. It might be the top off a Cartel Combinimbly cabinet or whatever they're called. And another pretty amazing big leather upholstered Danish designer gravity chair. And they are very comfortable, these things. And this is nice little oriental side table. The base all folds up with a nice big brass top. Rajasthan Indian embroidered panel. What else have we got? Another cool 1980s Sveda parachute tracksuit. And you get a bonus little jacket as well to go with it. But that's pretty cool. Some ladies' bags and accessories, cutlery, and a really nice little retro sort of little cutlery table there. We've put that with the auto trolley, the pedestal, and the mirror. Records. Really nice Edwardian pine dressing table. He's a cracker. What else have we got? Records. Another nice little arts and crafts dressing table. And I think I can get my hands on the drawer that doesn't seem to be here. All right, and this is an absolute beauty as well. Lovely big sort of black silky oak Federation sideboard with the mirrored back. Absolute crack. It's in great condition. Really nice thing. Set of 8 stacking chairs by Tenmoko or someone. Who is it? Tamako Furniture. Oakley. They're really quite cool. The carvers have got a little bit of sort of grubbiness on the arms, but the little set of 4 other ones are pretty nice. Little lowboy chest of drawers with the little Smith & Co. Tasmanian oak fronts on them. And we've got some nice little bits of jewellery and costume jewellery in amongst here. There's little bits of silver and carved mother of pearl. All right, a lot of collection of pottery animals. Some tea caddy spoons and other bits and bobs. All right, nice big McRobb 1970s teak veneer, sort of tall sideboard, wall unit, whatever you want to call it. This little door here is just not quite staying shut. So we need some new magnets on there or something. Two really nice framed original Pears prints blowing bubbles, and what's she called? It's got it on the back. Cherry White. There you go. She's lovely as well. Original Pears prints, beautifully presented. How's the frame on this one? She's really nice as well. All right, what else have we bloody got? Stacking kids' chairs with this little sort of reproduction sweet treats, little sort of point of sale stand. Pretty cool SE lager. I guess you probably had a couple. A fixed wheel racer. All right, just need some pedals on it. Little stereo, little single cassette deck boombox there to go with the other one. Nice big sort of killam rug. Some cane wearing and some little hats from Thailand. Motoring books. Some other stuff, more records. There's a pretty cool big book press down here as well. Nice big lot of records, big book press, and you got some really nice linen and stuff, big woolen rug and a nice Burberry cashmere, 100% cashmere scarf. All right. And we've got nice groups of carnival glass and other stuff. So a nice lot of carnival glass, nice big lot of cut glass and crystal down the bottom. Sort of coloured glass, wine glasses, slump glass, carnival glass. Another collection of modern and vintage sort of metalwares, brass items. That big colander's pretty cool. You've got this nice little Eastern horse, which is quite heavy. There's something inside. Might be a Kinder Surprise horse. More records, a lot of Victoriana oil lamps and other bits. Nice pair of, I think, Sansui speakers. They're really quite heavy. They're rippers. All right, we've got a nice big Dawn bench vise. Nice collection of oriental ceramics and figures. These little terracotta teapots are nice. A little dragon under the lid and inside that one as well. Shells, coral, jewellery. We've got some nice pictures this week. Little Molly Johnson, little sort of impressionist landscape, little oil there. Graham Willoughby. This is a nice big hand-coloured lithograph, 1863, of the East India and London Shipping Company Clipper Auxiliary Steamship, the Golden Fleece. There you go, he's a ripper. And then there's this. This thing's a really nice, big gilt-framed oil. It's like figures overlooking an eastern sort of landscape. It is signed Clark down the bottom left here. But it is hard to figure out who the artist is. It's so hard, in fact, I can't find the artist. But it's a very well-painted thing, and it's a beautiful big Chapman Brothers frame from London. It's just a ripper of a thing. Absolute ripper. All right, what else have we got? Some good cassette tapes. Rage Against the Machine, Led Zepp. Chris Bailey is the singer from The Saints. Jimi Hendrix, The Exponents, B-52s, Doors, Chili Peppers, Sonic Youth, but I think that's actually a copy. Stones, there's heaps of good stuff. Pearl Jam, more Stones, Neil Young, Billy Idol, Guns N' Roses, Spy vs. Spy. All right, Prince, with a nice little double cassette deck. These are nice as well, a little Derek Kent oil paintings. Point Lonsdale Lighthouse, and that's the front beach at Point Lonsdale. What else we got? Big Austrian Victorian clock. All right, it's got the key and the pendulum. It's missing one hand. It's just quite an impressive piece. New Guinea cassowary bone. Little collection of religious items. Got some nice little crucifixes and things. Some Hoffman domestic mixing bowls. Big mining certificate, Egyptian lead and zinc mine. Yes, we got a nice collection of carved wooden figures. I really kind of quite like these little African guys, all with their little sort of spears and clubs and things. And then there's a little nice little Aboriginal lizard and a sea pick mask and some other bits. Some trench art shells and an army motorbike. Easter decorations by Royal Copenhagen in their boxes and some LED sort of stars. Carnival glass, really nice little vintage nursery lamp. He's a little ripper. Thinker Schminker with a nice little sort of Inuit carving. The Dick Brunner educational sort of banners or freezers are really quite cool. Another set of 4 Hoffman domestic mixing bowls. A couple of nice clocks. Carnival glass. art glass, Australiana, another little lot of sort of Australian studio pottery, big Italian retro charger, Royal Copenhagen, nice little collection. And these is a good lot, all the Royal Copenhagen figures, but they've all got a bit of damage. This guy I've been referring to as the chicken from hell, and he's got a couple of bits of damage off his tail. The little kingfisher's got damage underneath his beak. The fishy's got one of his fins off. And this nice little seagull as well, you can see, has got the end of one of his little feathers broken off as well. So those been lotted up together. It's just a shame they would have been nice bits if they weren't damaged, especially the chicken from hell. And then we've got another good little group like Royal Copenhagen. This is Holhatza. Oh no, Harend, bit of Hungarian. This little guy's pretty cool as well, made by Kaiser. And another little signed Italian fairy playing a sax. Carved wooden, Scandinavian glass. All right, and then we've got some nice carved stone, marble, and glass, polished up bits and bobs. Some little rock opals on that bloke who's prospecting. Some nice little bits in there. Chris. Some Aboriginal books, a little oil painting of an Aboriginal elder and a nice little print as well. Little collection of sort of Scandi glass paperweights. Pukeberg, Costa Boda, and who's he? Little Mats Jonas and Huda. This is a good big lot of all the Lego minifigures, knights, wizards, ghosts. That guy with his whip. And then you got some vintage action figures, Batman, and Superman as well, with the sort of punching action when you squeeze their legs together. There you go. Some good little bits and bobs in there. Good old Robin Hood. And yeah, you can't forget Pokey and Gumby. Another nice lot of Scandi and other glass, including the Home Guard neck glass. Box George Jensen items. More nice sort of art glass than the rest. Not sure what this is. I guess it just sits like that. A red button. Some more nice paperweights. As new clocks. A little lidded box from Cusco in Peru. And this funny little sort of figure. A Wild Goose Studio Love. There you go. Here's a nice little sort of thing. Sort of modernist. We've got some nice carved wooden items. A pyramid and an Australian pottery seal. Chinese figures and a couple of nice masks in the boxes. Some Bing and Grundle figures. Carnival glass. What else have we got? Little collection of Australian pottery. Some little raku pieces. A little frill neck lizard there and a Jam Factory plate. Carnival glass. More Scandinavian glass. Royal Copenhagen figures. Sort of modernist ceramics. The West German jug. The nice big signed plate there, and the lovely little sort of figural salt and pepper shakers. I've just forgotten. I think they're Swedish, Råstrand or someone like that. And then you got some more nice little Royal Copenhagen bird figures. All right, this little chickadee's made by somebody else. All right, then we've got the Royal Copenhagen children figures. Carnival glass, more nice glass, New Zealand, Wedgwood. Not sure about the perfume bottle. These are nice bits as well. A little Chinese white metal mounted porcelain shoe with the marks inside. And this nice little enamelled sort of white metal peacock, but the tail is loose. Big signed art glass bowl. Looks like it's signed with an impressed mark. It looks like a pine tree and a sun or something like that. 2 bits of Beyond Wimblad ceramics. This nice little bowl's kind of quite nice with the birds around it. Fenton glass, Victorian warming bowl, nice little pair of Bing and Grundle bluebirds, 2 more Royal Copenhagen monkeys, and we've got some more nice carnival glass. This is an unusual bit of Australian pottery. Pottery was inspired by the New, like it's got all this lovely sort of description of it, but it hasn't told us who made it. It is signed underneath, looks like Walsh, something like that, but it's hard to make out. I think it might have been Robin Welch, but I don't think it's him. He was back in England, I think, when this was made. Royal Copenhagen, more Carnival, more Royal Copenhagen. And then we've got more Carnival glass. This is a nice little bit over the back by Just Anderson. I mean, he wasn't Just Anderson, but, you know, came up with his own form of metal called disco metal, D-I-S-K-O. And it's sort of like a bronze, but not quite. And he took the recipe with him to the grave, the bastard. But it's a really nice bit, Art Deco, with that nude there with her bird. All right, we've got the nice bison figure. I've just forgotten who made that. Bit of Goebbels. Two more nice Royal Copenhagen figures of bears, sort of having a blue. And we've got the Chinese bronze horse. Carnival glass with the swans. Two more nice bits of Royal Copenhagen, the figure and the nice little mermaid, which I'm pretty sure is the mermaid out of Copenhagen Harbour. El Hjorth. Ceramic, I don't know, like a bowl on a stand. Two more nice bits of Royal Copenhagen. And some more nice Royal Copenhagen bears. And at the top shelf, we've got a nice bit of Czechoslovakian glass. Horrend parrot. Denizen art glass. Holmgard art glass by Per Lutken. Another, I think it's Royal Copenhagen, but it might be Bing and Grundle. This is a nice bit, it's modernist Australian porcelain. I've just forgotten the artist's name. Kane Nielsen, two lovely little Royal Copenhagen figures dating from about 1920, give or take. Big Danish mid-century bowl. Royal Copenhagen figure Leo, it's kind of nice Parian or bisque porcelain. You've got another lovely El Hjorth figure there. Another lovely Kane Nielsen figure. The pair of the Jensen candlesticks. Really nice big Submerso art glass vase, but I don't think it's Murano. I think it's someone else. And this is quite a nice bit of Sergio Sill Australian pottery there with that sort of little sun over the waves. It's just a really nice bit with a very sort of oriental influence. And then we've got a pretty amazing big Victorian light up uranium glass light shade with its fitting that it's sort of, we're not sure if that's original. And this is pretty cool. The Beatles. All right, so the signatures are done by their road manager, Neil Aspinall. All right, and it's quite a common thing that he actually was in the bloody back room signing bits of paper to give to people. All right, so do a little bit of digging around and you'll see that these are not by the Beatles themselves, but by their road manager, Neil Aspinall. All right, we've got the nice black and white print as well of when they were playing, I think, in Melbourne in 1964. All right, but that's a pretty cool lot. But yeah, the signatures are real, but they're not done by the Beatles themselves. They're done by the road manager, Neil Aspinall. Anyway, guys, that'll do. Hopefully you saw something you liked. Be good. See you guys tomorrow night.